Hi, it's Josh from Phoxjaw, and you're listening to Rhino Radio.
So today, through the lovely internet webs, I have the honor of being reunited with Josh of Phoxjaw. This time, I cannot host you in a jacuzzi, but still the comfort of your home. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm actually at the studio at the moment. I'm at the studio we made where we sort of finished off the record, really, where I work from. So yeah, it's been all right.
Okay, and you already told me that you're still keeping busy. There's a really harsh deadline. We're expecting more music, more videos, and obviously the release of a new album. Royal Swan is coming out technically next Friday, but we're going to have this chat just before the release, so the 3rd of July.
That's it.
What keeps you busy right now?
Oh, dude, it's so hectic. It's been so hectic. So, like, obviously, we brought out the first track from the campaign, which was Half House, just as obviously all this stuff was going down with lockdown and everything like that. And we're going, oh God, we've got so much to do and we can't even see each other. So that led us to do our first video, which was AAA, which we all did remotely from each other. We just filmed stuff. We got on that pretty early. So I think we were kind of some of the first people to get something like that done. So that was quite cool for us. And that sort of worked out quite well at the time with the press and stuff like that. And then sort of as of recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've managed to sort of meet up at a distance and then sort of be able to do stuff, really. So we've just been, in the last 2 weeks, it's been pure manic. And we've been trying to assemble a couple of more music videos to come out before the record comes out. So we're handing something in today to come out Friday. How mental is that?
Do you have any plans for some sort of release party on the day?
I think us guys are gonna meet up and do something. There's no sort of anything arranged on the internet, but you know, we like to do things last minute, so it's not out of the question.
Okay, we'll keep everyone updated, but please hopefully update us as well so we can join that. As we've already established, and obviously based on our previous meeting as well, you guys are not the most taking ourselves serious band. Is that correct? Would you agree with that term?
I'd say we take ourselves seriously when we need to. We'll play a gig, and we're not pissing around on stage. We're still delivering a dramatic performance, I guess. And on the record, we're super into the record. We want the music to be the way it is. We take that stuff very seriously. But everything else, I think personally, we don't like to take everything else around it too seriously. Do you know what I mean? We like to have fun with the interviews. Like, our favorite interviews when we were younger were the ones where people kind of just sort of mucked around a little bit and had fun. You got to kind of know a side of the band that maybe you wouldn't see from other bands. Do you know what I mean? And just have the fun with that. And I'm sure you've probably seen from the videos, like, we don't take them all that too seriously either.
So how does it live together with, if I'm mistaken, one of the topics of the album is either activism or politics or even national pride? How does it work?
Well, I mean, the thing was with this album, we've never claimed to be a sort of political band, but at the time of writing it, there was a lot of stuff going on with, the world, and generally, like, sort of people fighting at each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always two sides to every story. But the general theme was that people just, they weren't getting along on a basic level. Do you know what I mean? But even before they got into the tough conversation of politics and stuff like that. And it's just something we kind of saw. And when we were writing the record, I think that there was no choice for that to sort of bleed through into a couple of the tracks. But to say this album is overtly political, I think would be wrong, because I think a lot of the tracks are trying to promote sort of a bit more of an escapism and an idealism about the world and our world that we like to surround ourselves in Phoxjaw. And we kind of almost want to, we want to take people into our world and, and show them love from wherever they are in the world and whatever their view is. Because, people live different lives and people have different stuff going on. And I think if you can you can be so divided on everything in your life, but if you can agree on even just the music you like, that's a positive step in the right direction. You know what I mean?
So to wrap up this topic, when I say nationalistic pride, what comes to mind?
I think what comes to mind in the first place, we went out to Germany and when we were touring last year, and all we got when we were out there is, oh, dude, Brexit. Oh, Brexit, that sucks so bad. And it's like, and sort of people, and them going, why did you do that? Why did you vote out? And I was like, well, I was trying to explain that most of the people we know and stuff, we didn't really vote for that. And you know what I mean? You know, don't think badly of our country because that was the outcome. Do you know what I mean? There's still a lot of people, you know, in our country who are, you know, wanted to stay in. They wanted to have this sort of allegiance with Europe. And do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they took the outcome as our stance on it. You know, when we came out there, and we were like, this is not what we wanted at all either. But you know what I mean? Like, so us sort of saying national pride comes across as a bit like, you know, standing around and shouting about statues and stuff like that. But that's not what we mean by that. That's just sort of saying that, you know, when we went out into the world, our experience of it was that people thought that was the way that we thought because of Brexit and stuff at the time. And we were like, no, that's not the case. And like, you know, we're very proud of the country we come from because, you know, there is a lot of great stuff about the UK, and, you know, there's a lot of great people and nice, you know, bands doing great stuff and people doing great stuff in the country, and it's not all bad. And that's what we were sort of convey with the records. You know, it's not all gone to shit, basically.
So I'm going to keep you on the kind of serious side, but I'm going to kind of jump off of what people see us and the expectations of different words. But with the current conversation of mental health, do you think that people's perception of normality, what as a normal person, do you think that affects our mental health these days?
We have this conversation all the time in the band, and I mean, like, it's a hard one at the moment, especially at the moment, because people are kind of being forced to live their lives through the internet at the moment. And it's kind of something you can't really avoid, you know, like we're doing now. We can't have this conversation in person. So there's, you know, as much as we can see each other and gesture, there's still something we're missing from having this conversation in person. And I think personally, a lot of people are missing that kind of, that interaction with people and being able to talk freely in a group of people and get their opinions across. Because it does come, spouting something online on a message is a very condensed version of having a nice sort of conversation where two people can find a common ground on something. Do you know what I mean? And I think you know, people not being able to express themselves right is a thing that's happening at the moment, and that can lead to, you know, mental health and stuff like that. And that's all I can really say, I suppose.
You think as a band that was kind of described as the quirkiness of metal, that you don't define yourself by specific pigeonholing the band, the personalities, you kind of do whatever you want. And with the internet kind of reaching into our homes, reaching into everything we do, we're just focused on what other people do, then there's a very strict definition of normal, of masculinity, of femininity, sometimes nothing in between. And maybe, if you agree or disagree, then that definition that just hits us in the face affects mental health as well. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes there is pressures to be something, and that could be from people around you. That could be, but like I said, like if you watched any of our stuff, our videos, our music, there is no pressure to be anything. Just be what you want to be. Like, you know, don't judge people how they want to live their life, and, you know, vice versa. And I think, you know, respect people's ways of living, and just try and be, you know, do to others as you would to yourself. And I think if everyone went a little bit like that, do you know what I mean? It could be a lot better place. And you know, maybe people reached out to people, and sometimes it's good to hear from someone with a different opinion as well, man. Like, it might give you a different perspective on something. If you only talk to your friends who have the same opinions as you, you could get in a bubble, do you know what I mean? And everyone could just cheer you on, when what you really need is someone to tell you something different, to go, yeah, I don't just need to be patted on the back all the time. I need someone to shake it up a bit and tell me some, you know, some hard truths. I think that can be helpful as much as you know, people coming and supporting you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so give me some hard truth. Give me the Phoxjaw romantic tip for a good life.
I think have good people around you, man. Like, I don't know what we'd have done if we weren't a band together. Like, we're basically, we might as well, I am brothers with the drummer. But like, I consider the rest of the guys my brothers as well. And, we're always sort of like, we always talk to each other, and always, if someone's saying sort of something and someone goes, I don't know if I agree with that. And we'll always help each other find a moral sort of path through life. Do you know what I mean? And you personally use social media as a tool. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I use it. I want the band to go and spread to as many people as possible. I want people to hear what we got to say. I want people to come to our shows. But the main thing is listen to our music, come to our shows, meet us in where we really want to meet you. Do you know what I mean? Seeing our Instagram stories, like, yeah, it's funny, it's a bit of thing, but it's like, come and meet us at a show or something like that, and just come and be real. Do you know what I mean? I think use social media as a tool to benefit your life, and don't live on it. I think that would be a good.
Is that your tip for the romantic side of life as well? The Phoxjaw way?
Romantic side, as in like Tinder?
Well, if that's your answer, then I guess we'll go down that path.
I mean, if you want to go on Tinder, go for it. Go on Tinder. Also, just go for a walk around the supermarket. Lots of people meet supermarkets.
What's your most romantic moment recently?
Me and my girlfriend have been going to see the cows a lot near our house. And I'm going to say that is pretty romantic.
It is. I have to agree.
We're both really into cows, and they have got the nicest eyes. And that just going to see them a lot recently has been very romantic.
Yeah, really long eyelashes as well.
Yeah, beautiful eyelashes.
Okay, Josh, I want to confront you with the rumor that I found online about your band. Okay, your fans are concerned that the band's next step is going to be starting a new company for safari tours and enriching our lives with your love of animals. Is that true?
Oh, not yet. We're not quite got into that yet. I mean, I think we were playing up the villains in our video in that idea. So I don't think we're going to be going for any safari hunting projects anytime soon.
Okay.
We wanted to play the villains. We always like to play the villains.
Okay. Well, thank you for confronting us on that. So let's wrap it up. We have Royal Swan coming out on the 3rd of July. I'm already excited about that. I actually had a cheeky listen to it, and I enjoyed all of it. So I'm really excited to share it with the world.
Glad you like it.
I know that some bands have been sitting on albums and EPs and have been working really hard during lockdown. I know that all of your releases were really quick, kind of back to back. I think it's just over a year from Playground.
Yeah, that came out late, sort of last year, I think. Late last year, 2019. So yeah, that's just under a year, I think.
So can I be an eager beaver and ask what's coming up next? Are we expecting more EPs? Is there work on a new album as well?
Oh, I mean, at the moment, we just want to get out and play this thing, man. Like, we've not played one, we actually on the Loaf tour, we played a couple of songs from the new album just to see how it would go down. But apart from that, we've not played anything else, and we're just dying to play it to people. Do you know what I mean? Because with Phoxjaw, we don't try, our live show is different from the album, and I think that's an important thing. And I think it gives people live like a unique experience. So you've always had one side of the album, but you've got to come and have the other side in the live domain. So I just can't wait so we can get back in the room and start working out what the live thing's going to be, and how that's going to be different from the record, and how it might be the same, and which bits we're going to chop and make heavier or make lighter. Do you know what I mean? That bit's going to be good fun. But we have written some new songs in lockdown, but that's just us being pretty proactive and wanting to fill our time. And we were trying to do it like this over Zoom with me and Danny, the singer. And it was a lot of bashing our head against the walls, because usually when we're in a room together, I can just pass him the guitar and go, I don't know what you mean, play me it. But there was none of that. He was like, no, this note. Oh, what note? This note. And I'm like, we're going back and forth. So it took about 3 times as long to make a song, but goddamn, we persevered anyway.
Well, I cannot wait to hear about shows and safety and us meeting again in a jacuzzi. But Josh, is there anything else you want to add to fans and listeners before we say goodbye?
Just pick up the record on July the 1st, July the 3rd. God damn it, so many dates in my head at the moment. July the 3rd, and just tell us what you think, and just interact. Just come and tell us what your favorite song is. Come and tell us when we finally get to play a gig. What do you want to hear in the set? Because we don't know what to play at the moment. We don't know what people's favorites are going to be. We can guess, but we just love to hear what you guys think, and I hope people enjoy it and enjoy the videos as well. We've got another one coming out this Friday as well, the 26th. So listen out for that.
And can we expect more animals in it?
No animals this time. Rare. That's rare for Phoxjaw.
Yeah. Phoxjaw first.
It's a bit more of a serious theme on the next track, so we tried to pay homage to that. So.
Okay, Josh Phoxjaw, Royal Swan is out July 3rd. Thank you very much for your time. Been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.